Alright, after that explosion...
Seriously, we literally rode a missile into...
Apparently that ship was so ecstatic about it, but, you know, we lost him again. Alas.
What's simple? He fell off of the bomb that we were riding.
How do we keep losing him?
It's fate at this point.
I know. It's about losing dead. We lose Denji as much as Tony Stark dies.
In the What If series, specifically.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are alternate continuities in the comics where it happens as well. So, anyway, now we're in a library. Well, a bit, you know, a bit dilapidated, but it's still a cool library, I guess.
It's seen better days.
And yes, much like in the first game, you can go to town with all these different objects, including the books on the ground. Again, Hercules team apparently loves you to wreck their shit up.
Also, hey guys, don't mind me.
Also, Devs, maybe it's like you said that other time. Maybe there's someone in the writing team of What If that actually has the same writing sensibilities as you. So they're like,
yeah, either that or one of the What If writers really hates Tony Stark.
Boom.
Like,
also,
I don't know, maybe he's like some people in that the fact he starts off as a rich douchebag kind of negates future stuff or something. I don't know.
I think you're looking too deep into it. I'm pretty sure it's just one of those cases where...
Again, yeah. Or maybe they just really wanted to have fun. They saw...
Exactly.
Tony Stark dying. That sounds like a really good content. I know. Next time, I'll either die in, like, either the most extreme ways or the most mundane ways, one episode after the other. Like, one time, I can have him die from exploding in that minefield, that place where he got attacked in Afghanistan.
Well, remember, Dibs, the first time...
and then the next episode, he just slips in the kitchen and gets decapitated.
Now we have our assassin, dashing assassin. Okay, can we talk a bit? Please? Never mind then. And get this, he even does the Assassin's Creed drum pose. Fucking hell.
Battery's just T-posing in midair.
Why did the slow one? And of course, the asshole just leaves us to fight against Abaddon.
But what's this? He has wings. Don't those seem familiar to you?
Okay, Abaddon is actually probably the easiest boss in the entire game. It's literally just there. Not even for padding, it's just there to be an obstacle for you. Once the resurgence of Satan became imminent, Abaddon broke open the gates of the Abyss to enable his hordes to pass into the world of man. Nicknamed the Destroyer because of his brutal size and obsession with destroying everything to his path, he commands his armies by instilling in them the fear and desire of destroying. The Book of the Demons tells the story with the Realms of Fire. He was once an angel as the orders of God, who, corrupted by promises of Satan, betrayed his own and gave up his wings. His new master kept his word and gave him an unmatched ability to destroy his enemies. However, in exchange, he sacrificed every last bit of humanity he might have had in his body and soul. Since then, there is no structure known to contain his fury, no warrior foolish enough to face him. Cool. But yeah, yes, again, it's very interesting that that the mysterious figure is having something familiar attached to him. Let me get something in the meantime. But yeah, also to go a bit of an update, since again we've been doing these parts of this more sporadically. Yes, the Castlevania collection, Advanced Collection, has been released and it's been pretty good. I'll take it when it's on sale probably. Halloween is around the corner by the time we're recording this, so yeah, I might just wait. You'll probably get on sale by then. And two, Metroid Dread is also about to be released, and so far the reviews have been overwhelmingly positive, so I'm also interested to see how that turns out.
Isn't Dread a remake of something?
No. Dread is the long-awaited sequel to Fusion, a game that's Yeah, Dread is a game that's been in the making for 16 years.
And keep in mind, only recently got picked up by Mercury's team because they presented a proof of concept that Nintendo actually liked after what we did with Samus Returns.
And it's what
that's why I must have got it mixed up.
Also, Dread
the
is
same
a
developers and it's the same franchise. So.
Mm-hmm. No, it's pretty clear that Mercury's team just loves the ideal Metroidvania formula, which again, I wouldn't really mind if they get picked by Nintendo now as the default go-to, Metroid 2D developers.
They're married to do it.
Also, to mention, to continue what I was mentioning, Dreams, again, as someone who hasn't seen the Motif series of my own yet, but has experience with the source material and the concept multiverse, a timeline works for coincidences. Each piece of the puzzle guarantees the overall outcome, just in an unpredictable, chaotic way. So, if you take away just one piece, everything changes. Now, the magnitude of that depends. That's what the butterfly effect is for. Is the change big enough to constitute, a massive derailment or not? According to the TVA in the Loki series, apparently everyone was, but I don't want to rant about that. So the idea of Tony Stark being a catalyst of, sparking different scenarios for Motif does make sense, so including his death, So I'm not too surprised that that's a thing.
Yeah, I got another one. What if Tony lost the Congress scene in Iron Man 2?
And kept his, secret identity instead of actually reading that could be a thing.
No, I mean, he loses the suit to the US government. Remember that scene in Iron Man 2? Where the totally not Hydra agent, we swear guy, is in charge of that thing to try and get the technology from Tony. What if Tony lost that?
Alright, let's finish this.
Basically, Hydra would have gotten the Iron Man armor.
Not to mention, Davis apparently seems to be the premise for the War Machine Disney Plus series, the War of the Armors.
Yeah, something Hydra just vanished.
Okay, so here's the thing. Hydra technically got dealt with in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series, as in,
it's not canon,
I was about to get to that. But for some genius decided to retcon it into being non-canon, despite the years of canonicity it's had. Like, what the hell?
So basically, there's no point watching it now, is there?
No, it is. It's still, technically an AU, which, functions for the multiverse of the MCU now is established.
That being said, kind of a dick move, but basically, yeah, as of now, Hydra... Well, okay, I guess we can say Hydra were dissolved in Avengers 2, if you can call it that.
I guess Phil Coulson in the RMCU is still dead then.
Mind you, Jova, there are some plot points unresolved. Don't worry, I'll ignore this. There are some plot points unresolved, like the fact that they got those beam particles at the end of the first Ant-Man. So, split cells can still work on their own. I was legitimately surprised that it wasn't one of the twists of the Falcon Winter Soldiers that the terrorists were secretly working for Hydra. No, they were generally just their own thing.
I do wonder if they may be moving away from Hydra in the grand... Well, okay. Like, ever since Avengers 2, Ant-Man notwithstanding, the MCU has more or less treated Hydra as if they've gone to...
Let's follow the trail.
I just, okay, one more. Just thought of one.
Go ahead.
What if Trevor Slattery really did become the Mandarin?
Okay, now that could actually be
I can actually be seeing something like that happening.
Yeah.
The ramifications of that.
After the main villain of Iron Man 3 dies, Trevor somehow escapes.
We're not doing this.
Trevor somehow escapes police custody and decides to try and become the Mandarin himself, using his acting skills to infiltrate the real 10 Rings and take out the actual Mandarin and become the Mandarin himself.
That can lead to a very hilarious what if episode, so I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, again, Waves, when it comes to what if, the only limit is just your imagination. Aside from that, everything is fair game. So any kind of fan fiction that you can conjure up, it's basically fair game.
Plus, hey, more Trevor Slattery is a good thing.
Hey Tio. Now that Marvel technically do have the rights to him, maybe they'll make an homage to that what if Aunt May became a Herald of Galactus.
Please, oh god, no.
All the pieces are there to be able to do it. All they gotta do is introduce
well, not all of them, Joe, but hold on. I'll wait till this.
It was kind of like of an April Fool's kind of thing, but basically there was like a week specifically where there was like not an editor strike, but basically an in-universe excuse inside where the Marvel editors were like on vacation, which allowed creators to create non-canon one-shot stories with absurd premises, and one of them was Aunt May becoming an Herald of Galactus called Golden Oldie.
Yeah.
That being said,
the best thing about it got resolved, in the same issue that explained that Galactus was just hungry from some hostess Twinkies. Yeah.
What?
It's absurd.
Comic books are crazy.
Did make a pretty keen Herald of Galactus.
Everyone can make a keen Herald of Galactus.
Sure, there's literally a story. There's literally a storyline where Peter Parker supposedly discovers that his parents are, after all, still alive, but then he discovers that they're not actually his parents. They're actually robot duplicates. Trust me, Shiro. Yeah. Comic books get fucking wild. Trust me, Shiro. Comic book storylines get fucking wild.
All right, we're actually about to finally confront the mysterious figure. So let's dive right in.
Don't you hate, Shiroi, when people you're familiar with suddenly turn out to be robot duplicates?
This is why I watch videos about comics instead of actually reading them, because damn, this shit sounds stressful.
It's part of the experience, Shiroi.
No, I'll listen to other people who suffered for me talk about them.
Be careful, there is a tremendous power close to you.
It's not the acolyte, it's something else.
No, you think, Dracula?
I haven't seen that bit.
With a familiar theme, actually. Also, yes, another Star Wars quote, Pedro, yes.
It's okay.
Yeah, sadly, Dracula just fell into a trap it wasn't even expecting. Yeah, this is a problem.
So, it's a trap.
I love how he admits out loud he wasn't expecting this, like... Huh.
Parlay? I guess not.
Hey, he doesn't even say anything, just runs right at it.
So, our dashing assassin here is voiced by Anthony Howell, actually. He's mostly a TV actor, but he has voiced in plenty of video games, including Alien Isolation, Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the Demon's Souls remake, Battlefield Gothic Armada, some Warhammer 40k games. So there's plenty of a good resume for this guy.
Again, one thing with the game.
And the problem about this guy is that he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Epic slow-mo!
Boy, that could have hurt. Damn it.
It's okay, both, we are fine, but unfortunately so does him. And apparently this boss suffers from boss arena idiocy, because he literally, by having us jump down, he literally destroyed his own chance of blocking our powers. And yes, you're seeing right. He's having very familiar moves, similar to one that Gabriel had in the first game.
Given what we figure out about this guy, maybe he did this intentionally.
Burn, creature of the sun!
Yeah, not really, sorry. Like, it's very nice that when you do this, but these things never work.
Never really do.
You won't get past here.
Right. Now, excuse me as I get past.
Yeah, Joe,
He also has a very cool, battle theme. Go on.
No, actually, I think I'll wait
You
till
won't get
later.
past here while you have him literally locked
In a
into
corner.
a corner.
I can do this all day.
I can do this all day.
You won't get past here.
You keep saying that, but
I don't think you know what that word means.
I don't know.
Okay,
Just, I don't know. Just comment, sure. To Steve's credit, he always wins the fights that start with him saying that. So.
Except for the first time we hear him say it.
Well, okay, technically,
this one, so not always.
technically, Bucky saved him in First Avenger when the first time he says it, but
next trick. The Siege Lava, we're incorporating what Corner had because this guy uses the same technique that he pulled at the end of his boss fight. Essentially, pulled the Stone Menhir to gross giant size and become invulnerable.
Sure, why the fuck? Sure, why the fuck not?
You know, it's such an interesting twist to be playing as Dracula instead of the Hunter, and the Hunter now gets all the cool abilities instead of Dracula.
Yeah, it is actually pretty cool.
The player, yeah. Well, Shira. Says the person who keeps telling Anne to breathe. So.
yeah, but you need to do that to live, so you know.
Well, not in that way. You know exactly what I mean. Come on.
Yep. Yeah, much like with Cornel, each time you destroy a Menhir, it actually, dizzy, mixing dizzy, which gives you some room to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Unfortunately, he has one last trick. The Crystal. If you don't remember, this was a one-hit kill in the first game. No matter what you do, who you were.
Oh, it's okay.
And Nudity, alright.
Alright. Remember, we're trying to appeal to the Olympus God of War fan base.
It's not even that. Again, it's important here. That's why I didn't, cut it away like in the first game. Because Dracula just very effortlessly destroys the Shadow Demon.
Guess being a vampire will do that for you.
I miss something.
You know, now...
We're just about to win, Liz.
You know, now that I think about it, she reminds me a bit of Genova.
Fighting a pair of testicles with wings.
Sure, why not?
There we go.
So
Yeah, I mean-
it's an illusion.
I mean, yeah, well, Dwebs, if you plan on getting into Shin Megami Tensei, you have to get used to those things.
No, please ignore us. Keep going.
I was just enjoying that fight.
All
man.
right,
Come on.
can we actually talk now?
You didn't kill me. That means I can trust you.
You must not call on you people living down here.
I'm Victor. Victor Belmont.
Yeah.
Commander
So,
of
fun
Brotherhood of
fact,
Light.
the design for Victor Belmont, this was the original design for Simon in the original Lords of Shadow game.
The name instead comes from the protagonist of the actual cancelled Castlevania Dreamcast title, which recently got resurfaced, at least in a prototype
I'm
form.
immortal. Warrior.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Beatrice.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Immortal Warrior.
You're one to talk, given you're a Belmont yourself, Gabriel.
Mm-hmm. Self-deprecation and all.
Joe, there, he's not a Belmont, damn it. I renounced that name.
So Dracula has also another bit of humanity by giving whatever remains of the antidote to the colony of humans to guarantee their survival.
Whose side are you on?
Mine.
I stand alone.
Oh, the
You
edge.
help me.
Right, yes.
Maybe I can help.
Oh, you can.
You're looking for the acolytes, are you not? You know where they are? Not exactly. But
Then you're fucking useless then. Goodbye.
Hold on.
He also has an interesting tattoo on his chest. Sure, why not?
Working
on.
with Belmonts now, are we, Gabriel?
How the mighty have fallen? I don't know.
I mean, granted, main or spin-off timeline, it's always ironic to see Dracula working with a Belmont.
Honestly, I've never seen that actually happening, technically. Okay, I guess you can count to an extent maybe Lament of Innocence, but that's really a stretch.
I guess there's Dawn and Aria of Sorrow, technically.
True, I suppose that can count as well.
We must continue.
Sure, just let me look at the bio first, Victor. Give me a second.
Also, you gotta love how the bad ending of Dawn of Sorrow... Oh, go on.
Following the destruction of the Brotherhood of Light by Dracula, surviving members gather to begin the search for a new leader to guide them. The last descendants of Simon Belmont. Over the following centuries, the Belmonts commanded by the Brotherhood awaiting the return of a Prince of Darkness. Victor Belmont is at this time the last member of illustrious lineage and the current leader of the Brotherhood. In his position, he has earned by proving that he has valor and honor necessary for the cause, as well as complete dedication of safeguarding of human lives. Basically, as what remains of the relics that Gabriel used to possess. Mind you, his combat cross is still the one of Trevor, meaning that he's not as powerful as the original vampire.
Sorry, Mia.
Come on, it's this way.
For the time being, we just need to pass through these electrical, subterranean bit. Oh, that's nice. I don't have a double jump.
Try to get over here. Boy, it sure would suck if I couldn't.
We must continue.
Continue with...
Moving on, Dweebs.
Yeah.
The way out is right over here.
Simple.
But we've already done a way out. We're doing It Takes Two right now.
Maybe that's the second take, Dweebs.
It takes 2 takes?
Why not?
Well, I mean, it's the second take that Ferris is having with EA.
Sure. Alright.
And up we go.
Oh, I thought he knocked out the power.
Oh. Hey, it's Zobek's lieutenant. Whoa!
Watch where you're throwing that thing, you wanker. Get over here!
Basically, our verse wanted that.
Maybe you or the Brotherhood are going to get very far with this old antique. Zobek lost all trace of you. We feared you were destroyed.
Why do I was twin brother? Yo.
So yeah, now you have a three-way fight between you, Zobek's lieutenant, and Victor fighting against demons. This is actually a very cool kind of set piece because all of you three are just destroying things left and right.
Yeah.
Horned Demon. The demons capable of absorbing an enormous number of souls with their purulent bladder, developing enough to transform into colossal horned monsters. Their new body, made up solely of muscles, tendons, and stabbing bones, is driven to the tremendous energy provided by a brilliant organ, bad bells. Yeah, beats beside them. Dozens of soldiers follow them in search of blood through the human cities, but only the archdemons had the privilege of occupying the front lines of Satan's army. They are the ones who chosen to conquer the new world in name of their lord.
I honestly do wonder how cool would it have been if you were actually building up a party along the way. Like, that could have been an interesting thing to add.
It's very interesting, but again, we also have to wait how this part actually ends because we're actually arriving at something.
Well, I mean, like, you know, throughout the entire game, if you were building up
I get what you mean, though.
Actually, I'm trying to remember if that was ever in the development plans at some point.
I don't remember that one, actually. Honestly, having a solo Dracula game wouldn't have made sense to have, in a conceptual way, Dracula forming a party.
Again, it's such a missed opportunity that we never got to have a game centered around just Dracula setting up everything in the castle. Like, you know, collecting the people who work for him here and there. You know, again, that is...
Especially because it would have given the line that he mentions to Victor a bit more potency, though. Oh, I'm immortal, something that you Belmos can never seem to understand. You know.
So, Theo.
Yeah?
Considering how originally tying Dracula to the Belmont line was something that Iga clearly didn't like, which is why he made Castlevania the Adventure non-canon, how do you feel now that, you know, they actually did do it, you know, tying Dracula to the Belmont line?
I like it. It reeks a bit of fan fiction, but I can accept it, to be honest.
I like it too. Do you think maybe Iga was overreacting with it initially when he made Castlevania the Adventure non-canon?
Potentially. I still think it was the better choice in the end, because again, other than that, the timeline works just fine. So, you know, it's just a little matter of ironing out a small continuity bug. But I could have lived without it. So, Victor, you mentioned you had a plan.
No, Trevor.
I lied.
Now hide yourselves.
Why?
Is the deal about to go down here?
All deals are off.
I am not a vampire of my word, Trevor.
All deals are off.
Okay, come on, Victor. This is not the time or the moment.
The quickening. Kind of.
Kinda. Yeah, I was about to explain.
What's sad is that the quickening here hasn't turned into a complete farce.
Oh, it seems that...
a Terminator from the future is coming, it seems. Like, seriously, those bolts are really the exact same when a Terminator is coming from the future.
So there you go. Victor Belmont is about to sacrifice himself just to help the guy he was trying to kill a few minutes ago.
Hello. Seems that his acolyte is proficient in possessing objects.
Of course. Come at me, bro.
It means, you know, have mercy on my sin. Means basically. And Victor is dead already.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Joe was mentioning about Agrius, but this is much more impactful for...
Infidel! You're in no position to demand anything! I can stop you with a mere thought.
I don't understand why they killed him so quickly. And you know what's the kicker? You know what's the kicker? Originally was supposed to be called Julius.
Okay, I have to say... Okay, okay, Dwebs, now this feels like something you would write. Like a... Here! I've just summoned you. Please tell. No. There you go. That's.
And conveniently, he has the last remaining piece of the Mirror of Fate.
Very convenient, but yeah, Victor kind of just gets slaughtered like that.
I'll explain. We can talk about it more in a second because we're about to have another important bit.
Oh man, I am tripping so much balls.
I know, right?
Come on, now just go deliver the mirror to your son who's playing with his
complete
toys.
the fucking thing and we should be fine.
Seriously, I get the feeling this guy isn't really his son.
There's one more piece.
Checkmate, Daddy.
Perfect.
Look at the way he's smiling.
Oh no! Why?
God damn it!
Just give up, please.
Oh, that frame rate.
No, it's an intentional slow-mo. Oh shit. Alright.
Well, why did we even bother?
You're probably not ready for this next actorial performance. So yeah, the final test that Dracula has to put for his own soul is dark side. The problem is that Robert Carlyle is directed in a very interesting way for his dark persona.
All of your worst traits, don't you think? Who the hell are
Basically, it's an evil Robert Carlyle trying to sound even more evil.
And like with a lot of pauses.
shadow that chills the hearts of men as you pass? I am the fury.
I am Batman.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Well, he did just say I am the vengeance. So
Your son never existed.
Fuck. So that's the ultimate truth. The castle is a fucking yandere. Oh man.
Okay, how about this? I'll be.
From the arrival of the first night, the curse of a vampire has corrupted the hearts of the creatures of darkness, tempting them with supernatural powers and subjecting them to their twisted will. The dark blood that's prospered for generations and now runs through the veins of Prince of Darkness, filling each of his actions with ire, hate, and vengeance. There is nothing stronger than influence, except for Dracula's love for his son. It is the last pure emotion he has. He's only guiding a world where he's falling apart with his step. Defending it means rebelling against his own nature and facing the darkness side of his being. It is a diabolic image of himself that is being fed by Gabriel's enormous resentment of God. Leaving the body and showing its abominable shape, the cursed blood faces his host in an unprecedented fight that will define his own fate and that of his family. So yeah, this is the be-all end-all. If Gabriel doesn't want to be an asshole anymore, he has to win this fight.
So you gonna say Pedro?
Alright, dudes, how about this? I'm the closest here to someone who's Spanish, so how about this? Like, I'm the director, and you're Robert Carlyle. Okay, alright. So, for this scene, you're not playing just Gabriel. You're also playing the dark side version of Gabriel, which is this messed up creature that has no limbs but has tentacles on his head. Now, perform the most super awesomely dark voice you can think of.
My name is Gabriel, and I'm here to fuck your soul.
You know what this reminds me? That set of sketches that I forgot Dorkley had about the agent for video game characters.
My dark side and me. What can we?
No, the beat that Pedro and Leaves made. Anyway, let's gather back. The last major power of Gabriel needs for movement. One we have been missing severely for now. The double jump.
The angel wings.
Well, more like demonic, Joe, because, you know, corrupted and stuff. And these are crucial to win the fight, also. Again, kind of like in true Zelda fashion. Alright, let me see. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to track them. Yes.
You know, it sure would be a shame if all this is going on. The acolyte that Victor lured is getting away.
Shortly after becoming a vampire, Gabriel rejected the sacred relics that he used to defeat Lords of Shadow. Instead, he learned to imitate their powers through his new dark blood. The majestic archangel's wings gave way to even more greater appendages that grew from his back and take him higher in the air to strike terror and fear in his targets. So, Gabriel, you're telling me that you copied the archangel's wings, but not the cyclone boots? Okay.
He was playing random when he became a vampire.
But yeah, Robert Carlyle is directed for this particular role in a very weird way. It's, if I recall correctly, it's listed in the NARM section for the TV trope set of pages, and I kinda understand. Now, Java, you have more experience with with roles like Mr. Gold. I think that in Once Upon a Time, Robert Carlyle is more subdued in his performance.
He's more so. Okay, let me put it like this. When he's in his normal stance, he's more subdued. When he's in his Rumpelstiltskin stance, he sounds a lot more like a trickster of sorts, but he's not going for the guttural growl like he's going with this guy here. So even still, compared to this, you could call it subdued. Or at least, you know, there's a purpose to it.
Also, yes, I'm Shadow, your true self and all. But yeah, okay, it might remind me a bit more of Durza in Aragon. I forgot what his performance specifically was, right? But I do distinctly remember there was some over-the-top fuckery going on there. But yeah, the key for this fight is to destroy the golem container thing, and then use the double jump to reach the height of that the main inner Dracula thing Scott tends to have. Yeah, again, it's so weird and surreal, and we just have it right after the death of Victor. Seriously,
I really do. Again, it's moments like this where I really do get the feeling that they really had to mash everything they loaded into it. That said, though, I like to imagine that while this is happening, the acolyte that Victor attracted is getting away while Dracula's busy in this world.
Oh no, he actually didn't notice that. Again, the entire point was for the acolyte to just kill Victor and then retreating, which I think will actually... I forgot if we actually will see it, but it will at least be explained at the end of his part where it is. Even though it makes the whole thing a bit stupid because of potential hindsight.
I'll just say this, the fact that Victor sacrifices himself and we don't even see him, you know, give the antidote to the rest of his people.
No, he does it off screen, so we know that it happens, but it's just, again, off screen, you know.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Tio. From how we're shown, Dracula handed him the antidote, and then he runs off.
There was a cut to black, Jova. They reached... I get the idea that there might have been an intermediate section that was missing.
I get that it's a cut to black, but I guess we sort of have to leave that up to our imagination, because...
Otherwise, Jova, we wouldn't even bother to put it there, you know? Or at least to mention something, even the antidote was in vain, or something.
You know what would be funny? What if they did that by accident, but then they realized, oh crap! We never actually did show Victor giving the antidote.
Also, without spoiling too much, Dave Cox pulled a Russo Brothers when he came to the Avengers, you know, final duology at the time being, and on Twitter did answer some questions that the game might have not conveyed. The antidote was not included in them, but at the same time it did not mention that, you know, the antidote was lost with Victor. So again, I guess it's left to your interpretation or something.
I really do wonder, like, okay, from what I understand, this game seems to have had some... Should I even call it mildly stressful development or full-on stressful development?
Full-on, we know it already at this point. And keep in mind, we're kind of at the last stretch of the game, actually, you know, which does get to show it because, again, the pacing is kind of taking a hatchet a bit here and there.
Keep in mind, we've dealt with like one of 3 acolytes, I think.
One of the 3, yes.
And again, we're to essentially the last act of the game. The pacing is weird. Okay, I do think that this may be one of those cases where, you know, I like one game for being consistently great, whereas this game maybe has higher highs, but also lower lows.
Alright, so can Dracula actually defeat his own evil self? Why?
You and I are one.
And tell that to Persona characters.
Bullshit.
I am thou, thou art I.
Sure. Now the good news is that for the rest of the game, the tainted blood will stop pestering us. Aside from random encounters, but you know, story-wise, I mean. You okay, Trevor? Oh, hi, Marie.
Mother. It's
Everything's all right.
Your father just became a blood-hungry, gory monster for a bit that your real father defeated.
Father. Don't let the acolyte escape.
Okay.
Yeah.
They could have put the loading screen thing in the corner or something.
Pedro actually did mention this a couple of times ago. Yeah,
it's the auto-saving icon. Yeah.
Alright, let's check it out. These apparently, hard to track acolyte. What kind of person this might be? Let's see.
The power of the acolyte to that building in front of you. This is the headquarters of the biggest weapons manufacturer.
And you never had a clue that their CEO might have been one of the acolytes? Zobek, especially considering the first acolyte turned out to be the leader of a pharmaceutical company. You never got the suspicion that the acolytes might, hold positions of power in the fucking world?
I get the feeling Zobek's not as good at this hero business as he wants.
He's too busy smoking.
The smoke got to his brain.
Clearly. Oh god.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, with that set of pleasantries out of the way, next time I will actually confront the second.
Let me just mention. There's a thing, Shiro. Like I said, it's the auto-saving icon, and look at that, because it's in the. Yeah, it happens during the cutscenes. As a result, it can be distracting from the scene. This clearly should have been ironed out at some point. I'm surprised nobody in the team realized this. To be honest with you.
Why did they stick it on the center of the screen? Why not put it in the corner?
I know that's what developers usually do, but I guess Mercury's team didn't get that memo. I don't know.
They were feeling random that day.
Sure.
See ya.
See ya.
Ta-ta.